Hey guys, my name is ZYMO and today I'll be showing you how to make sad, emotional piano melodies for Lil TJ, Polo G, Roddy Ricch, and perhaps even Rod Wave. So this is the sample that I made. It's at 140 BPM. I'll let you listen to it. So how I made this sample, I started off with this piano. And this is how I made it. So to dissect it, let's take away the top line first. So these are the chords that we used. And all I did, I went on my keyboard. I just played that out. That sounded good, sounded dark, sad, emotional. So left that in there. And then I just got the root notes. I just pitched them down to give it more bass. So then to the top line, I wanted something that was quite sad and leading. So it would have that wave effect, how to go from one sequence to another. So this is what I came up with. And all I did, once again, went on my keyboard. I just played that in like so. And then I just got this pattern MIDI. It's fairly simple, very basic, but it has that melodic, sad tone to it. And it has this wave effect, how it goes from an F sharp, goes up, starts going down, goes up, starts going down again, goes up and starts going down. And then at the end of the progression, the melody leads into the chords, which gives it that nice flowing effect, which you want in a melody. So it goes down, up, and down into the chord progression. And as you can hear right here, it transitions very nicely. So that was that piano. Then after that, I added this top line, and all it is just a descending effect. Yeah, that's all it is. And all I did to get it, and that's all it is, and that just sits nicely on top of the piano and gives it that dramatic, cinematic sort of effect. Then after that, we added in a flute. And all I did, once again, I went to my MIDI keyboard. And that's what I got. And that just complemented the sound, and it acted sort of as a counter melody that sat in the back of the mix. Again, it has this wave effect, how it goes down, up, and then down into the second half of it again. And then after that, we added in a bass. Very simple, nothing too complicated about it. And then all we added was a pad. And that just once again sat in the back of the mix more so than the top line of the piano and the flute. And this is what we got when we put all the bits and pieces together. As you can hear, the pad sits in the back like hella back. So that was that. Now for the effects, all I did for the first piano, I added in an EQ, took out some of the lows, took out some of the highs, some of the low mids, and some of the highs. And that's just because some of those frequencies I didn't like and they just didn't sit well in the mix. So without all the effects, now with the EQ, you can hear the bass is subtracted a bit. Some of the mids are tamed down, and that's what we wanted to achieve. After that, like always, I added my tape. You can't really hear a difference. It's just tapes, they just add saturation and warmth, and also depending on the tape, because different tapes have different characteristics, but this tape in particular, it bumps up the lows and the low mids and sort of curves off the highs, which you can't really hear, but if you pay close attention, you can hear that. After that, I added a reverb. So very minimal, not like overdoing it, just to complement the sound. So I took down the mix to 10%, pre-delay I turned off, decay down to 1 second, and then obviously my EQs, so 100 Hz EQ and a 6000 Hz EQ. After that, I added a delay, so took down the mix, echo time at 1/8, took down the feedback, low cut, high cut, so it wouldn't get muddy at both spectrums. And then I added a little radiator, which is a preamp, saturation, and all that good shit. That's all it does, just saturates the sound. So after that, for the second sound, it's practically the same thing. Because I like, if I'm using the same instrument, I like to keep my effects consistent, so they're not too different. The only thing that I did different in this one was the reverb. I put the reverb up to 20% because I wanted that top line to really create this ambient effect with it. So this is how it sounds without effects. With effects, as you can hear, the reverb's coming into effect and it gives it this nice dark eerie tone. So then moving on to the flute, practically exactly the same effects. With this sample, I didn't really want to complicate the melody with effects and different types of techniques and whatever. I just kept it very simple. Just your EQs, your tapes, reverb, echo or delay, and just a little bit of saturation. That's all I did. I took up the reverb quite a bit to just complement that and just make it a bit more ambient. So this is how it sounds without effects. With effects. As you can hear, the flip sits to the left. I was up-hand it, what, like 25%? Yeah. And for the EQ, just once again, low cut, high cut, and some of the mids. Since the flute really punched through in those areas, so I had to tame that. And then on the pad, nothing too extravagant, just the same shit. Now let's take off the effects. Like literally almost no difference. All I did was add an EQ once again, low cut, high cut, some of the mids, and then some of the higher mids. And then tape, reverb, but it's just 10%, nothing too dramatic. Delay, and then saturation once again. And then moving on to the bass, which sits in the later half of the sample. All I did for the bass was add an EQ, took out some of the highs, took out some of the lows, because I'm pretty sure it's under 20 or 25 hertz. Like that frequency is pretty much indistinguishable to the human ear, so you don't really need that. I think it's 20 hertz, but I just took it up to 25 hertz. And yeah, I took out some of the lows around the 75 hertz area, since that's where the bass really punched, and the punch is a bit too harsh, so I just took that down. And then just another tape, and then a little radiator. Once again, very simple, literally nothing too dramatic. If you have a good melody and you have a good composition, your effects don't need to be that crazy to make up for a lackluster melody. So with this sample, I didn't really need to go crazy with effects. I just kept it simple. And then yeah, for the final sample, all I did was just added a tape, and that's pretty much it. Very simple. However, it's still sad, very emotional, and something just simple that our artists can just get on, do their shit, talk their shit. And yeah, that's gonna be all. Hopefully you guys learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you want me to do next time, whether it be different melodies, different beats, or anything producing related. Just drop a comment, let me know what's up, what you want to see. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well, at ZYMO Beats. Also, at 100 subscribers, I'll be dropping a free loop kit, which everyone can get. So make sure you fucking subscribe. That's gonna be all. Catch you later, cunts.